Begin. If you are ready, if you are set, like we say, on your mark, set, go. Good morning, beloved saints. It is with great joy and gratitude that we welcome you to yet another fulfilling and inspiring edition of Sense Digest, right here on the Morning Sense Show, exclusively on Sense Radio, your number one online station for all your gospel bells. First and foremost, we want to express our heartfelt appreciation for your unwavering commitment to this show. Despite the many similar programs are available across various radio stations, you have just sent to journey with us, to make us as part of your daily life, and to walk this spiritual path together. Your presence, your participation, and your prayers mean everything to us. We do not take this for granted because without you, we won't be where we are today. Every single day as the morning sun rises, we are reminded of the gift of life and the blessings of fellowship here at Sense Radio. We believe that faith is the strength through community, and you are our cherished listeners our cherished listeners, are a vital part of this divine family. Whether you are tuning it from the comfort of your home, on your way to work, at your business premises, or even catching up on the way, on the go, we acknowledge your dedication and your love to the world. It is because of that this program continues to thrive, touching hearts, changing lives, and spreading the gospel far and wide. A platform built on faith and fellowship. The Sense Digest segment is more than just a radio show. It is a ministry, a movement, and a mission to bring the good news to everyone, every corner of the world. We are here to encourage, enlighten, and empower you in your walk with Christ through powerful testimonies, deep scriptural insights, uplifting music, and thought-provoking discussions. We aim to feed your spirit and inspire you to live out with your faith boldly. It is not by chance that you have tuned in today. We believe that God has orchestrated this moment for you to receive His word and be strengthened in His presence. As the Bible reminds us in Hebrews 10:25, let us not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encourage one another. And all the more as you see the days approaching. Your continued engagement with this program is a testimony of your commitment to spiritual growth and fellowship. And for that, we honor and celebrate you. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, we are what we are. Sense Radio has grown to be a beacon of hope, and that growth has been fueled by you, our beloved listeners. Your feedback, your prayers, and your unwavering support have kept us going through every call you make, every message you send, every testimony you share, and every song requested you put in service. You put in serves as a reminder of the impact this show has in your life. Your love for gospel music, your hunger for the word, and your passion for kingdom matters inspire us to keep pushing forward, to keep innovating, and to keep ensuring that you receive the very best in gospel content. We do not take your loyalty for granted. We recognize that in a world full of distraction, challenges, and alternative entertainment options, you have made a conscious decision to stay rooted in faith-based program that uplifts and edifies. This choice you make daily to tune in, listen, and interact with us is what fuels our passion and purposes. Thank you for choosing Sense Digest. Thank you for choosing Sense Radio, and thank you for choosing to keep the fire of faith burning. See, I promise to keep serving you. Because of your unwavering support, we commit ourselves to continue serving diligently. Our goal remains the same: to be a voice of hope, a source of inspiration, and a lighthouse of faith in these trying times. We will continue to bring you impactful teachings, powerful prayers, soul-stirring gospel music, and an atmosphere where you can experience the presence of God right where you are. We will keep engaging with you, praying with you, and walking with you in this journey, in this faith journey. No matter what you are going through, remember that you are never alone. Sense Radio is your home, your sanctuary, and your fellowship space where you can always find solace, encouragement, and strength. Where in times of joy or moments of trials, we are here to remind you that God is with you and has great plans for your life. Our listeners, our family, to our first-time listeners, welcome to the family of faith, love, and encouragement. You have found a place where you belong, where your spirit will be nourished and where your faith will be strengthened. And to our long-time listeners, you are the pillars of this show. Your consistency, loyalty, and love for this program inspire us beyond words. We thank you for each and every one of you. As you continue to listen and interact with us, we urge you to spread the word. Share these stations with your friends, family, church members, and colleagues. Let's grow this family of believers and make sure that no soul misses out on the wonderful blessings that God is pouring out through Sense Radio. As we move forward, let's stay connected. Engage with us on social media platforms. Send in your prayer requests and be part of our discussion. Your voice matters, your opinion counts, and your input makes this show better. Remember, the gospel is a message of love, and love grows when it is shared. So let's keep the fire burning. Let's continue walking together in faith, knowing that the best is yet to come. As we continue or embark on another beautiful session of Sense Digest, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He grant you peace, joy, and abundant blessings. Thank you for beginning the day with us. Thank you for being part of this family. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for choosing Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospels. My name is Malachi Mutano, the presenter of the show that began at 6, that began very early in the morning at 4 and continues through. As we continue, we only say that you stay tuned, don't go away, because we have a lot in store for you. We say it is the moment for us. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with the praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with the praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with the praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with the praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with the praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Mutano, only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with the praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us only on Sense Digest, the #1 station for all your golden bells. Now, going to church every Sunday, fellowship or a routine? Attending church every Sunday is a practice that has been observed by Christians for centuries. Some believers see it as an essential part of their faith, while others may perceive it as a mere routine. The Bible provides numerous examples emphasizing the importance of gathering together for worship, spiritual growth, and community. This discussion will explore the significance of attending church every Sunday, highlighting biblical references supporting this practice and examining the consequences of neglecting fellowship with others. Let's start with the importance of attending church every Sunday. 1. Biblical mandate for fellowship. The Bible commands believers not to forsake gathering together. Hebrews 10:25 states, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhausting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. This verse underscores the importance of regular worship, regular fellowship, and mutual encouragement in faith. Spiritual growth and nourishment. Attending church every Sunday allows believers to grow spiritually through hearing the word of God, participating in praise and worship, and engaging in prayers. In Acts 2:42, we see that the early church devoted themselves to the apostle teaching, fellowship, breaking of bread, and prayers. This pattern serves as an example for believers today, demonstrating the need for consistent engagement in spiritual activities. Corporate worship and unity. Psalms 133 verse 1 declares, "Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." Worshipping together fosters unity among believers and strengthens the body of Christ. Jesus himself emphasized the power of corporate prayer and worship in Matthew 18:20. "For where two or three gather in my name, there I am with them." Regular church attendance helps believers express the presence of God collectively. Accountability and encouragement. The church provides a community where believers can be held accountable and engaged in their walk with Christ. Proverbs 27:17 states, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Through church fellowship, believers support one another, help each other to remain steadfast in faith, receiving sound doctrine. The church is a place where believers are taught sound doctrine and equipped for Christian living. Ephesians 4:11-12 explains that God gave some to be apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers for the equipping of the saints. Regular attendance ensures that Christians remain rooted in biblical truth and are not easily swayed by false teaching. Now, some of the biblical examples of the importance of fellowship. Number 1, Jesus and the synagogue. Jesus himself set an example by regularly attending the synagogue on the Sabbath. Luke 4:16 records, "He went to Nazareth where he had been brought up, and on the Sabbath day he went into the synagogue as was his custom." If Jesus, the Son of God, found it necessary to attend public worship, then his followers should do the same. Another example is the early church in Acts. Acts 2:46-47 describes how the early believers met daily in the temple courts and broke bread in their homes. Their commitment to fellowship and worship resulted in spiritual growth and an increase in the number of believers. Paul's encouragement to the church. The Apostle Paul frequently encouraged believers to gather for worship and instruction. In 1 Corinthians 4:26, he states, "What then shall we say, brothers and sisters? When you come together, each of you has a hymn, a word of instruction, a revelation, a tongue, or an interpretation. Everything must be done so that the church may be built up." Consequences of neglecting church attendance. 1. This results in spiritual weakness and decline. When a believer neglects church attendance, their spiritual strength diminishes. Proverbs 18:1 warns, "Whoever isolates himself seeks his own desire. He breaks out against all sound judgment." Without regular nourishment from God's word and fellowship, church may struggle to maintain their faith. Lack of encouragement and support. Without a church community, believers miss out on encouragement, prayers, and support from fellow Christians. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 states, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up." The church provides a network of spiritual support that help believers overcome challenges. Now, increase vulnerability to sin and temptation. When Christians separate themselves from fellowship, they become more susceptible to sin. 1 Peter 5:8 warns, "Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour." Church fellowship will help believers stay accountable and resist temptations. Weakened faith and doubt. Faith is strengthened through hearing the word of God, Romans 10:17. Neglecting church attendance means missing out on sermons, Bible teachings, and discussion that build and solidify one's faith. This can lead to doubt and a weakened relationship with God. Loss of purpose and direction. God has called every believer to serve with the body of Christ, 1 Corinthians 12:12-27. When a Christian stops attending the church, they may lose sight of the spiritual purpose and become disconnected from God's mission for their life. Addressing issue of routine, that's attendance. Some individuals attend church as a mere routine without genuine engagement. Jesus rebuked the Pharisees for their outward religiosity in Matthew 15:8. These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Church attendance should not be a mechanical habit, but a heartfelt pursuit of God. To ensure meaningful worship, believers should prepare their heart through prayer before attending church, engage actively in worship, prayer, and learning, apply biblical teachings in daily life, and seek to serve with the church community. Going to church every Sunday is not just a routine, but a vital aspect of Christian faith and spiritual growth. It is a biblical command, a source of encouragement, and an opportunity for corporate worship. Neglecting church attendance leads to spiritual decline, vulnerability, sin, and a weakened faith. Therefore, believers should prioritize attending church with sincerity, seeking to grow in their relationship with God and fellowship and fellow Christians. Just as Jesus and the early church exemplified regular worship, modern day Christians should follow their example and remain steadfast in the fellowship. You are listening to Sense Digest, a segment of Morning Sense Show only on Sense Radio, your number one station online for all your gospel bells. My name is Malachi Motano, the driver of the show that began early in the morning and continues is still on the course up to now. We are now digesting. This is on Sense Digest. Now, don't go away, because when I come back, I'll give you news updates. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Motano, only on Sense Radio, the number one station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Motano, only on Sense Radio, the number one station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. This is Morning Sense Show with Malachi Motano, only on Sense Radio, the number one station online for all your gospel bells. We begin your day with praises and adoration, rich sermons, encouragements, testimonies, and current affairs in the spiritual world from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Stay tuned. Are you seeking a sanctuary for your soul in the midst of your busy day? Look no further than Sense Radio, your trusted companion on the spiritual journey. At Sense Radio, we are not just broadcasting music, we are spreading messages of hope, love, and inspiration through the power of gospel music and uplifting sermons. Our diverse lineup of programs caters to every aspect of your spiritual life, whether you are seeking solace in the midst of trials or rejoicing in the moments of triumph. Join us as we uplift your spirit with soul-stirring melodies featuring the latest hits from gospel artists around the world. Let our passionate hosts guide you through the moments of reflection and revelation, offering insights that touch the heart and renew the soul. Sense Radio is more than just a radio station. It's a community of believers united in faith and fellowship. Connect with our like-minded individuals through our interactive segments and live chat sessions where you can share prayer requests, testimonies, and words of encouragement. With our 24/7 broadcasting schedule, you can access the uplifting messages from Sense Radio anytime, anywhere. Whether you are driving to work, relaxing at home, or on the go, let the soothing sounds of gospel music and empowering words of our hosts accompany you on your journey. So, why wait? Tune in to Sense Radio today and let your spirit soar. Experience the joy of faith, the power of music, and the warmth of community all in one place. Tune in to Sense Radio for all your gospel bells. Are you seeking a sanctuary for your soul in the midst of your busy day? Look no further than Sense Radio, your trusted companion on the spiritual journey. At Sense Radio, we are not just broadcasting music, we are spreading messages of hope, love, and inspiration through the power of gospel music and uplifting sermons. Our diverse lineup of programs caters to every aspect of your spiritual life, whether you are seeking solace in the midst of trials or rejoicing in the moments of triumph. Join us as we uplift your spirit with soul-stirring melodies featuring the latest hits from gospel artists around the world. Let our passionate hosts guide you through the moments of reflection and revelation, offering insights that touch the heart and renew the soul. Sense Radio is more than just a radio station. It's a community of believers united in faith and fellowship. Connect with our like-minded individuals through our interactive segments and live chat sessions where you can share prayer requests, testimonies, and words of encouragement. With our 24/7 broadcasting schedule, you can access the uplifting messages from Sense Radio anytime, anywhere. Whether you are driving to work, relaxing at home, or on the go, let the soothing sounds of gospel music and empowering words of our hosts accompany you on your journey. So, why wait? Tune in to Sense Radio today and let your spirit soar. Experience the joy of faith, the power of music, and the warmth of community all in one place. Tune in to Sense Radio for all your gospel bells. Are you seeking a sanctuary for your soul in the midst of your busy day? Look no further than Sense Radio, your trusted companion on the spiritual journey. At Sense Radio, we are not just broadcasting music, we are spreading messages of hope, love, and inspiration through the power of gospel music and uplifting sermons. Our diverse lineup of programs caters to every aspect of your spiritual life, whether you are seeking solace in the midst of trials or rejoicing in the moments of triumph. Join us as we uplift your spirit with soul-stirring melodies featuring the latest hits from gospel artists around the world. Let our passionate hosts guide you through the moments of reflection and revelation, offering insights that touch the heart and renew the soul. Sense Radio is more than just a radio station. It's a community of believers united in faith and fellowship. Connect with our like-minded individuals through our interactive segments and live chat sessions where you can share prayer requests, testimonies, and words of encouragement. With our 24/7 broadcasting schedule, you can access the uplifting messages from Sense Radio anytime, anywhere. Whether you are driving to work, relaxing at home, or on the go, let the soothing sounds of gospel music and empowering words of our hosts accompany you on your journey. So, why wait? Tune in to Sense Radio today and let your spirit soar. Experience the joy of faith, the power of music, and the warmth of community all in one place. Tune in to Sense Radio for all your gospel bells. Barabara kabisa, you are listening to Sense Radio, number one station online for all your gospel bells. Don't go. You are listening to Sense Radio, the number one station online for all your gospel bells. Barabara kabisa, my name is Malak Motono, the driver of the show that began very early in the morning and we are still on the steering. Before we went for break, I told you that when we return, it will be all about updating you on things that happened around you within the last 24 hours. These are news updates as were reported by a section of the press in the last 24 hours. Stay tuned and don't even blink an inch because it's important to know what happens around you. My name is Malaka Motano, and if you are ready, here we are. In the headlines, government upgrading TVETs for job markets readiness, says Mudavadi. Global Fund 6 Reuters input to fundraise for health, and EACC arrest Ghana West land official over bribery allegation. Don't go away. Let me take it again. In the headlines, government upgrading TVETs for a job market readiness, says Mudavadi. The government is upgrading and modernizing technical and vocational education and training TVET institutions to enhance their capability and relevance in response to manpower need in the country. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has said TVETs must be built skilled, adaptable, and innovative workforce ready to meet the demands of the industries and job market. He said the government is in the process of undertaking progressive reforms in realizing the productivity of TVETs. Nikimnuku anasema hivi, as part of the reforms, the cabinet approved the dual training policy, which formalizes integration of theoretical learning and hands-on training in industries. Aliendelea kusema hivi, this historic decision is a game changer since it will ensure that trainees who have been constrained by skills mismatch with the needs of our industries can now graduate with cutting-edge skills for entrepreneurship or local and international labor markets, he added. Mudavadi said policies and programs are being rolled out to grow and develop the TVET sector to produce skills that will support Kenya's priority sectors and enhance its global competitiveness. Mudavadi was speaking when he presided over the first graduation ceremony of the Kaiboid National Polytechnic in Nandi. He said the reforms focus on enhancing the quality of education and training, improving access to TVET programs, and ensuring that what is taught in these institutions directly addresses the needs of the labor market. The Prime Cabinet Secretary said the government has also set up a policy framework that will enable the TVET institution to fully implement the robust competency-based education and training CBET curriculum that was rolled out in September 2023. The training focuses on practical skills and outcomes that ensures TVET trainees are knowledgeable and highly skilled in the areas most needed by industries. Nikimnukuu anasema hivi, the government has further made a substantial investment in upgrading of TVET institutions infrastructure, including providing modern equipment and learning tools. It has also enhanced investment in the training and development of TVET instructors, particularly in new technologies and methodologies, said Mudavadi. Aliendelea kusema hivi, we have recently recruited 2,000 trainers to bridge the trainer deficit in the TVET sector, while enhancement of the recognition of prior learning framework has formalized the competence of artisans who have gained skills through work experience in informal learning. Mudavadi appreciated the significant strides made in reforming the TVET sector to ensure it's aligned with global trends, industry standards, and the need of the global workforce. He also said Mudavadi, who is also the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, further reaffirmed the government's commitment to enhance the contribution of the technical and vocational education and training sector to economic and social development. The first graduation ceremony of Kaboi National Polytechnic, since it was upgraded from a technical training institute last year, saw the first 1,614 graduates celebrate with various accomplishments in artisan, craft, and diploma categories. I quote, "We recognize you for your hard work, destination, and achievement. Your graduation marks the end of the chapter and the beginning of a new exciting opportunity ahead that will shape your future." That is Mudavadi. Mudavadi also challenged the management of the institutions led by Principal Tony Abdi to remain focused as they have a great opportunity to position the institution in Kenya's socio-economic transformation journey by developing mutually beneficial linkages with the local communities and the industries. You are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio number 1 station online for all your gospel bells. Yani unasikiza mipasho kutoka kwa Sense Radio, stesheni nambari 1 mtandaoni, stesheni ya Injili nambari 1 ya mtandaoni. Elsewhere, the Global Fund has sought President William Ruto's support to mobilize funds to end HIV, TB, and malaria. In a letter addressed to Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, the fund requested the president to help them using its global network. Peter Sant, the executive director for the Global Fund to fight HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria, in his letter asked President Ruto to aid the organization during its 8th replenishment. The letter noted that the request comes at a crucial moment when external funding for health is under severe threat. With your commitment and the leadership, President Ruto, I am confident you can deliver a successful 8th replenishment, he said. This, Mr. Sands went on, will enable the Global Fund to continue supporting Kenya and other countries across the continent in saving lives. The CEO noted that given the current global challenges, it was important that there was need to work together to ensure continuing progress in reducing the burden of HIV, TB, and malaria, and in strengthening health systems across Africa. He noted that over 20 years, Kenya and the Global Fund had built an immensely successful partnership with the Global Fund, having invested over $300 billion in Kenya. During this period, Kenya has made great strides in the fight against the 3 diseases and in advancing towards universal health coverage. It would be an unthinkable tragedy to see this progress stall, let alone be reversed. The letter lauded Kenya's outstanding role as co-host of the preparatory meeting for the 7th replenishment in 2022, was instrumental in mobilizing a historic US dollars 15.7 billion, reinforcing global solidarity to HIV, TB, and malaria. You are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio, the number 1 station online for all your gospel well. Yani unasikiza mipasho kutoka Sense Digest, Sense Radio, station nambari 1 mtandaoni, stesheni ya Injili nambari 1 mtandaoni, inayokupasha inakupea matukio. Don't go away, I'm saying. You are listening to Sense Digest only on Sense Radio, the number 1 station for all your gospel bells. Tutakupasha, tutakueleza zile taarifa zilizogongwa vichwa vya habari for the last 24 hours. Now, mysterious illness spreads in Kisii County as health officials investigate water sources. Efforts to identify and contain a mysterious illness in Kisii County have intensified as more people continue to fall sick. At least 20 more patients have been hospitalized with similar symptoms, prompting the health ministry officials to investigate village water sources as a potential cause. As the strange disease enters its third week in Kisii County, a mother and her ailing 3-year-old child seeks relief from symptoms that include headaches, fatigue, stomach aches, and diarrhea. Nearby, a young woman writhes in pain. Her condition worsening with blood, diarrhea, and dangerous fever. Across border, UN says children as young as 1 raped in Sudan. Children as young as 1 year old have been raped by armed men during the conflict in Sudan. The UN said, let me take it again. Children as young have been raped by armed men during the conflict in Sudan. The UN said on Tuesday, condemning it as a horror that should shock anyone to the core. UNICEF said the scale of child rape in war-ravaged Sudan was far more widespread than just the documented cases and urged all sides to end sexual violence as war tactic. Children as young as 1 have been raped by armed men during the conflict in Sudan, the UN said on Tuesday, condemning its horror that should shock anyone in the core. You are listening to these updates only on Sense Radio, number 1 station online for all your gospel bells. Elsewhere, U.S. President Donald Trump suspended military aid to Ukraine on Monday, a White House official said, sharply escalating pressure on Kyiv to agree to peace negotiations with Russia. The move comes just days after a stunning public clash between Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and Trump, who is seeking a rapid end to the war. Trump earlier on Monday had declined to rule out a pause when quizzed by reporters, but any disruption in the flow of U.S. arms to the front line would rapidly weaken Ukraine's chance of beating back the Russian invasion. Elsewhere, Rwanda-backed M23 rebels launching an offensive in East Congo abducted at least 136 and wounded men from the hospitals in the city of Goma last week, the United Nations said. M23 fighters raided CBCA, Ndosho Hospital, and Heal Africa Hospital during the night of February 28th, taking 116 and 15 patients respectively, UN Human Rights Office spokesman Ravina Shamri said in a statement. The abducted men were suspected of being Democratic Republic of Congo soldiers or members of a pro-government militia known as Wazalendo. You are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio, the number 1 station online for all your gospel bells. I'm saying that you are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio, the number 1 station online for all your gospel bells. Other stories making headlines. The National Treasury UK's ODI partner to improve tax policy and revenue mobilization. Kenya and the United Kingdom have signed a memorandum of understanding that will see the National Treasury and the UK's Overseas Development Institute conduct tax policy analysis to support evidence-based policy recommendations and informed decision-making. The partnership signing was witnessed by the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi and UK Commissioner Neil Wigan. ODI is Britain's leading independent think tank on international development and humanitarian issues. The mission of the organization is to inspire and inform policy and practice that leads to the reduction of poverty, the alleviation of suffering, and the achievement of sustainable livelihoods in developing countries. The collaboration will boost tax research, capacity building initiative, and the dissemination of research findings, strengthening Kenya's ability to formulate sound fiscal policies. Speaking at the event, Mbadi emphasized that the MOU comes at an opportune time as the government rolls out the national tax policy and the medium-term revenue strategy. He reaffirmed Kenya's commitment to leveraging strategic international partnership to strengthening domestic revenue and mobilization, promote transparency, and build a more efficient and equitable tax system that drives sustainable economic growth. You are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospel wares. Elsewhere, Nairobi is set to welcome some of the world's leading scientists, policymakers, and agricultural experts as CGIAR Science Week 2025 kicks off from April 7 to 12. The high-level summit organized in partnership with the Kenyan Agricultural Livestock Research Organization (KALRO) will focus on science-driven solutions to food insecurity, climate change, and sustainable agriculture. The timing could not be more urgent, with food insecurity affecting 350 million people globally and climate change threatening farming systems. Experts say scientific innovations must take center stage in policy and agricultural practices. Rising temperatures, erratic weather patterns, and social degradation are already impacting smallholder farmers who are crucial food production in many developing nations. Dr. Ismahan Eloaf, Executive Managing Director of CGIAR, underscored the need of coordinating global response. A major highlight of the event will be unveiling the SIGA's 2025-2030 research portfolio, a 6-year plan designed to tackle pressing agricultural challenges. The initiative, backed by an estimated budget of between 6 billion and 12 billion, will fund research in over 100 countries and engage thousands of local partners. Africa will be a key focus, with the investment aimed at strengthening climate-smart farming and sustainable system. You are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio, the #1 station online for all your gospels or gospel bells. Elsewhere, the Kenya Air Force KAF on Tuesday hosted a delegation from the Royal Air Force Central Flying School, led by the Commandant Group Captain David Flynn. The Kenya Defense Forces KDF said in a statement Wednesday that the visit focused on deepening aviation training cooperation between the two forces, fostering stronger ties, and enhancing pilot training programs. During the visit, KDF disclosed that 4 pilot instructors were awarded certificates after successfully completing the Qualified Pilots Instructors course at CFC. This milestone marks a significant step forward in enhancing aviation training collaboration between KAF and CFS, KDF stated. The newly certified instructors were Major Robert Egon and Major Stephen Kaya, who received the Qualified Helicopter Instructor certificates, and Major Clifford Mutiria, along with Captain Sharon Ngeyo, who were awarded the Qualified Flying Instructors certificate. KDF stated that the achievement reflects KF's commitment to excellence innovation training and its strong partnership with the CFS. You are listening to news updates only on Sense Radio, the number one station online for all your gospel bells. Don't go away because we still have many in store just for you. So we say, don't go away.
Are you seeking a sanctuary for your soul in the midst of your busy day? Look no further than Sense Radio, your trusted companion on the spiritual journey. At Sense Radio, we are not just broadcasting music, we are spreading messages of hope, love, and inspiration through the power of gospel music and uplifting sermons. Our diverse lineup of programs caters to every aspect of your spiritual life, whether you are seeking solace in the midst of trials or rejoicing in the moments of triumph. Join us as we uplift your spirit with soul-stirring melodies featuring the latest hits from gospel artists around the world. Let our passionate hosts guide you through the moments of reflection and revelation, offering insights that touch the heart and renew the soul. Sense Radio is more than just a radio station. It's a community of believers united in faith and fellowship. Connect with our like-minded individuals through our interactive segments and live chat sessions where you can share prayer requests, testimonies, and words of encouragement. With our 24/7 broadcasting schedule, you can access the uplifting messages from Sense Radio anytime, anywhere. Whether you are driving to work, relaxing at home, or on the go, let the soothing sounds of gospel music and empowering words of our hosts accompany you on your journey. So, why wait? Tune in to Sense Radio today and let your spirit soar. Experience the joy of faith, the power of music, and the warmth of community all in one place. Tune in to Sense